place reminds me of Santa's workshop.
Well, ain't this place a geographical oddity?
I'll tell you, mate, if every town in the world were like this one, no man would ever feel unwanted.
Travel oddities.
Odd spot.
Good evening and welcome to the Travel Oddities podcast. I am Harley. Joining me this evening is Brett Manzer.
Yes, fresh off the boat.
Fresh off the boat? What boat?
I don't know. I was trying to think of something else, but no, it doesn't work.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
Tonight's episode, we are going to be discussing the Endless Night Vampire Ball in New Orleans.
Yes. You've been to New Orleans.
Recently.
And it was mixed reviews from you and your brood.
It is definitely not
For
a
everybody?
kid trip.
Yeah. Speaking of kids, we'll get into that a little bit later.
We'll get into that a little bit later.
So, Endless Night Vampire Ball. Tell me about this masquerade.
Okay, if I say or do, we need a big disclaimer. We have no issues with this, but there's some funny verbiage
There's some,
in the marketing material for this event.
And some may even say, this isn't even a show. This is just like an infomercial for the Endless Night Vampire Ball. Am I right?
It's a possibility. I mean, you could take it there, but we're going to do our best to explain it. Sounds like fun. I don't know that Brett and I could get in just based on dress code, but
or fetish preferences. I don't know.
But we'll get there.
We'll get there.
So the Endless Night Vampire Ball events are a series of masquerade ball-themed soirees produced by Father Sebastian, which began in New York City in 1996 with the Vampire Ball of New York and the main gala event, the New Orleans Vampire Ball, over Halloween weekend.
You know, they've got the biggest balls of them all out there in New York City. New York City! The only issue I have with it, and we haven't got into, I feel like I'm getting the cart before the horse, but if you've listened to any of the episodes, you know that happens. You can't put me in gala or ball
Or soiree.
Or soiree. Like,
Agreed.
If keg, cocaine, there's certain things that go well with me, but not gala or ball.
Okay, so I'm just going to start right off the bat. One of the things that really kind of, I don't know, just kind of runs all over me a little bit is the self-titled people.
Yes.
Father Sebastian.
Does he sound like a priest that can be trusted? I've never met a Sebastian, but something tells me Father Sebastian, he's up to some tomfoolery.
Maybe, but I'm going to I'm going to look past the names because the event itself, it sounds really cool.
But you're going to say, because we did a read through, you're going to say Father Sebastian about 12 times.
Okay. The name Endless Night comes from the William Blake poem Auguries of Innocence, in which he states, "Some are born to sweet delight."
Sorry.
Why?
Because it sounded like you're going to say sweet D.
Okay. Some are born to sweet delight.
Stop. Okay. Go ahead.
While others are born to endless night. That's a really cool poem, a cool line from a poem, but we're going to have problems with this. 31 Days of Oddtober. Woo! I don't know whose idea this 31 days thing was, but I'm pretty sure Brett and I are losing our damn minds. And
I'm sorry. I don't know why. It just hits me. I keep going. I keep hearing Father Sebastian. Okay, go ahead.
Okay. In 2010, Endless Night New Orleans Vampire Ball was rated #1 of the big Halloween events in the world.
That says a lot, but you know what? They do a lot of really cool things down there.
In Nolans.
If you're into music festivals, around the end of October, they have what's called the Voodoo Music Fest down there. And they've had everybody from 9 Inch Nails down there, Marilyn Manson. It's like a big, if it's creepy, if I'm going to be in New Orleans, this is the time of the year because, the crispness of the air, the cemetery, it just, I don't know.
I thought you said Christmas of the air.
Well, But am I right?
October is kind of our Christmas.
It is kind of our Christmas.
As far as dates go, this starts on the 26th of October and runs through the end of the month. So it's a long little shindig.
Yeah.
But
It's
again,
not 31 days of October, but it's long.
no, it's 5.
Right.
This year's ball is called Gods and Monsters, which I thought was cool as well.
Yeah.
A little bit of the mythos behind the Endless Night. So every Halloween, vampires of the world gather at the New Orleans House of Blues and create the sacred space known as the Endless Night Festival. Legendary voodoo priestess Bloody Mary opens and closes the event with ritual performing ceremonies to summon forth the patron spirit of the Endless Night, Fred Samadhi.
Okay. I like the name Fred, but it's not scary.
I don't know if it's supposed to be scary.
It's not.
I don't know. But as a patron spirit, I don't know. It does seem a little...
But you know what? Better yet, who is Fred Samadhi?
Okay, Fred Samadhi is the guardian spirit of the Endless Night events and came to Father Sebastian in a vision quest in preparation for the Endless Night Vampire Ball of New Orleans in 2007.
I like a spirit that appears to help plan parties. He's a party planning spirit guide.
He is a... I can't even repeat the sentence.
He's the ghostest with the mostest, man. Or the host. Yeah, you get where I'm going with that.
So Fred Samadhi is inspired by and reflects the Haitian voodoo Loa, Baron Samadhi, the Loa of the dead. Of course, the Loa are voodoo spirits which act as intermediaries between the creator and the mortal world.
You know,
Loa?
I think other than Catholicism, the other creepy lore, legend, magic is voodoo. I don't dabble in that stuff. I just don't even want to be near it. We've got a couple of voodoo dolls in the hallowed halls of the original Tribal Oddities base camp.
Yes.
I just don't mess with it. I don't get down with I don't get down with the voodoo.
You know there's one over there in that drawer, right?
Oh, is there really?
Yeah.
Okay, that explains a lot. Thanks. I lost my job this week.
Okay, it is traditional for patrons of the event to bring an offering of small gifts of coins, candles, flowers, cigars, rum, black coffee.
Is it voodoo black coffee?
Black coffee in general is kind of my...
No, is there a brand of coffee named Voodoo Coffee? No, Death Wish. I'm thinking Death Wish coffee. Sorry, go ahead. It makes no sense now.
Grilled peanuts or incense are also welcomed to Fred Samadhi's altar at the venue for his blessing on a successful event. He is also the official gatekeeper of the event and wishes all those to be within the dress code.
How does he know, though?
I think he knows. Dude, he's a spirit of partying.
Well, I know he's like the party cap. He's like the freaking spiritual party wizard. But I mean, how does he know that I'm wearing like flip flops with my powdered wig? How does he know?
Well, he's got bodyguards at the door, and we'll get to those guys in a little bit. Fred will often play pranks on patrons, and he encourages people who would never expect to meet to become friends. He heals long-lost relationships between friends. He takes great pleasure in introducing lovers to one another.
Yes, he does.
He is known for bringing people to events at the last minute, people who would never even think of going to something like a vampire ball, and introducing them to the Endless Night.
Mr. Sexy Freddy Samadhi.
So Freddy's bodyguards, his bouncers, they're called the Acolytes of Fred Samadhi. The Acolytes of Fred are volunteers and a secret society dedicated to furthering the Endless Night experience.
So are they at the door like, you're not on the list? You didn't make Fred's list.
I think so. Or, you're wearing tennis shoes, so Fred said F you.
So if you grab someone with a girl's ass, are they going to like come grab you and throw you out?
It depends.
Depends on
whether it was okay for the ass to be grabbed.
And we'll get to that. We'll get to some grab ass a little bit later on in the show.
Oh, good Lord. That line is the scariest thing I've ever heard on this show. The Acolytes of Fred Samadhi, their mission is to help promote on social media. It's always good to have acolytes out there on Twitter, on Facebook. If you're looking to become an acolyte, you could always become an acolyte of the Tribal Oddities podcast.
Yes.
Start resharing all of the Facebook and Twitter posts that get sent out. Go out there and...
Denny Kish is an acolyte of the Tribal Oddities podcast now. Kind of.
I feel like he probably has a higher post.
Yeah, true.
He's probably
got a higher post than I do.
I think so.
I mean, and I'm not saying that that's not a knock towards me. The guy's busy.
Yeah.
He's always posting something. But anyway.
All right. They also set up and maintain altars. They work merchandise tables. You know, the merch acolytes are the best acolytes.
Mm-hmm. Can I get an extra 2X in the Freddy Sametti?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They play roles of interactive personas in the events, and each acolyte is usually chosen from the Sabretooth clan. However, that is not always the case. The Sabretooth clan are individuals that share the common experience of having had fangs made, specifically by Father Sebastian. Dude.
I'm sorry.
I know.
I'm sorry. Maybe I'm jealous that I don't have fangs made by Father Sebastian.
You know what? Hold on. Okay. If this is your thing, I apologize. You know, we are trying. The name does throw us, but I think I have a legitimate reason why this guy goes by Father Sebastian.
Please do tell.
His name is Sebastian. If you don't do something with that yourself, you're gonna get your nickname is Seabass.
Well, that's the thing. It's one of those names where you can't cut it. You know, you can call a Charlie a Chuck or a Jimmy a
Jim.
or John a Jack, and
Right.
it's okay. But a Sebastian, you're stuck.
It's Seabass.
You're Seabass.
I think it was a smart move
It was a smart move, and I don't mean to laugh. I don't know why I'm laughing.
because it's funny.
It is kind of funny.
Okay, so the fangs. Apparently, this is like a big deal. The Father Sebastian fangs are huge, apparently. I mean, big enough that he has people, you know, come from all over the world to these events and specifically want fangs made by him. Now, at this event, there are two of the world's best fangsmiths, which I'm just going to go out there and throw this out there and say that a fangsmith is a blacksmith of making fake teeth.
Right.
Just guessing. So you have Father Sebastian, and then also a fangsmith by the name of Danash. And she apparently has over 20 years of fangsmithing experience herself.
We've got a little bit of a price list, and we could spend the rest of the show talking about it, but I'm going with the Lost Boys 4 teeth.
There are a whole lot of different variations on the types of fangs that you can get.
$299.
They do range from about $150 up to about $300 US.
So what's the euro on that? I mean,
dude, you have a serious issue with just reading anything that gets put in front of you.
I'm just asking, what's the euro amount? How many quid?
You're such a dick.
How many quid is the Lost Boys set?
But again, they pretty much cover the gamut of the types of vampire teeth that you would see in movies, that type of thing. They've got it broken down. There's a link in the show notes. If you've been really looking for a new set of fangs or you're trying to fill out your Christmas list,
Check them out.
Check it out for sure. And of course, Brett said he's going to go with the Lost Boys version, which is 4 teeth.
Well, it's easier to eat my fried rice maggots with those. You remember that?
Yes, I do. Okay, so apparently, though, not all people who get fangs from Father Sebastian get a formal invitation into the inner court, known as the Rite of Transformation. Apparently, if you don't have them, you definitely can't get in. So if you want to be a part of that organization...
But don't you have to be like a Renaissance vampire? Isn't that one of the requirements? Powdered wigs and like fake, moles and freckles and stuff like that?
No.
No?
No.
I thought you had to have powder wigs and stuff like that at this thing. No?
No. We'll get to the dress code.
Okay. I'm sorry.
The powdered wigs does play a part, but it's not.
Okay. I'm sorry.
Apparently, though, as further demand grows on the rites of transformation, this club is supposed to become more and more exclusive. And in the future, Father Sebastian is only going to make fangs for people who have a referral from another Sabretooth, which is the name of the group, through a formal application process. So if you're looking to get these and you don't want to go through all of those hoops, then maybe you get this done early.
Yeah.
Before you have to get a referral.
Man.
Seems like a lot of hoops to jump through.
Well, that's why I don't like vampires. They're elitist. They're they're original hipsters. And I don't know, they're just too sexual. Everything about them is sexual.
Vampires?
Yeah. I like werewolves, man. Give me lichens all day. Because you can choose to eat someone or turn them. Vampires, they're selfish. You know, it's all about them. It's all about personal gain.
If you become a member of this Sabretooth clan, there are some benefits of membership. For starters, you have
The members, the vampire members only jacket. Go ahead.
You have, dude. You have to stop.
Okay,
You
I'll
can't.
stop.
You can't laugh.
I'll
I will
stop.
never be able to speak the words. You have pride in being a part of an international fangdom of others who have had fangs by Father Sebastian.
Okay, go ahead.
You have access to the private social networks for fang clients, the Vampire World Forum, and the free iPhone and Android app.
Are you serious? No, you made that part up. You made that part up.
No, I did not. Stop laughing.
The Android app?
Stop.
What do you do with the app?
Please stop. There are more, and I have to say them all so that people know. We have to get the word out. This is important information. Please stop laughing. You can attend the annual Conclave Festival in Austria every summer. You have private family-only intercourts events, discounts, and VIP access to select Endless Night Vampire Ball event tickets. You can purchase the exclusive Vampire Legacy. I don't know what that is, but it comes in sterling silver. You have exclusive members-only news and updates from the Vampire World Forum Intercourt. You may obtain internal private Sabretooth Clan membership exclusive books and articles.
Oh, God. Why am I still laughing?
You may be selected for the Order of the Flame, the official inner circle of the Sabretooth Clan for various volunteer and administrative duties. And, of course, you do get the, as you said, Brett, the exclusive members-only jacket. So there's a link in the show notes. You can book an appointment with Father Sebastian to get your custom-made fangs and an interview for your Sabretooth membership.
Are you going to sign up?
I already did.
Did you really?
Yeah.
You really did?
You know the money you gave me for rent?
Again, we're gonna have to try. We discussed this.
We said tread lightly. We've not stopped laughing. So
I don't know why.
we need to get to the Endless Night Code of Conduct,
Which is very apropos.
I think it's very important. Now, the Endless Night welcome all who contribute to the experience and culture of the event. Their mission is to provide top-notch professional entertainment and experiences based on intellectual property and storylines. In order to provide this experience, they need to enforce the following rules of conduct. 1. All guests are to behave like ladies and gentlemen.
That excludes. I'm out already.
That's why I said there are laws and rules and bylaws that eliminate us as
Just
ever
automatically.
going to this event. There's also dress code issues that I don't know that you and I could overcome. You must be 21 and have a valid government-issued ID.
That means that there's some heavy shit going down. If you gotta have an ID.
There's alcohol.
Yeah.
All guests must be in appropriate dress code during the offense. I'm going to go over the 4 levels of dress code. Level 0, street clothes, baggy pants, tennis shoes, backwards ball caps. You're not even allowed in the event.
Level 0 means 0 access.
Level 0 is where you and I
Right.
land on the dress code.
What, 5 days a week?
7 days a
7
week.
days a week.
Level 2, or level 1, black on black. This is your classic suit or cocktail dress. They do encourage the use of fangs, or the inclusion of fangs in this particular dress code level. Level 2, moving up levels here.
Okay.
Vampire, Baroque, Lupine, Steampunk, Pagan, top hats, capes, cloaks, etc. So your fancy
Your fancy dress.
Comic-Con outfit minus the sci-fi portion.
Right.
We're just going classic here.
Yeah, no plastic swords. Just wear your costume.
And level 3. This is this is where the powdered wigs come in. Level 3 is the highest level of dress code. And apparently you're basically royalty in this level of dress code. It's basically Venice Carnival in New Orleans. So you dress
Just like Amadeus with fangs, basically.
and show some leg
And show some leg. Men and women show leg.
and tit.
And a little bit of, bustier tit with like a dotted freckle on like your left breast.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
But that's the dress code. So if you can't hit the top 3 levels, then you probably shouldn't even bother going because they're not going to let you go in.
Okay, so can we got to address something.
What?
We're starting to, here's where we're starting to tread into the deep. We're getting, pun intended. The following stuff is some,
Okay, no. And so the rest of the bylaws, we're almost done. We're almost through them. Some events will have a BDSM dungeon, so please respect the rules of safe, sane, and consent. The
Right.
dungeon master / mistress has the final say.
So, recently, we've been accused of being a kids show, right?
Yes. So I don't know how Amy justifies including this particular.
Oh, yeah. And she handpicked this.
She handpicked this topic. I don't know how she puts that together with, hey, this is a kids show.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
This is not, if you want to make kids, this might be your show.
No, when I first read that line, I thought, when I first kind of skimmed over this, I was like, sweet, I'm in because it's a dungeon master. And then I was like, oh, that's the wrong kind of dungeon master.
Right. I'm going to be, my bare ass is going to be whipped with a cat of 9 tails.
So ladies shall be treated with respect and dignity so that they feel safe or feel free to enjoy the events and community. No touching without an invitation. So there's your grab ass.
There's my grab ass.
You have to have an invite.
Or Freddy's bouncers are going to toss you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Probably kick you in the junk.
Now this next one kind of makes you cringe a little.
So the last item on the rules, no blood play or blood drinking shall take place on the premises.
Oh, come on, how do you have a vampire party without drinking a little bit of blood?
I'm just...
But she's on her period. How can I control it?
When I first started looking into this, the thing that popped into my head was the rave scene from Blade.
Oh yeah, and
then
the
they're
blood
like,
just comes out of the
No blood.
What?
Like
Yeah, how do you have vampires without blood?
how do you have Blade without blood?
Like if there was a werewolf party and they didn't have like raw meat you could just eat, like scoop hamburger meat, I'd be disappointed.
So the pricing on tickets to this event.
Okay.
Tickets range anywhere from $85 to $300, and they have a private table offering that is $666. That's for up to 6 people and includes a bottle of absinthe or bloodbath.
But here's my question. What does $85 get you? Finger sandwiches? I mean, I don't know. Is that just kind of get you in?
Get you in the door.
With the $300 though. I mean, there's a big price gap, 85 to 666.
It's a 5-day event. They got a lot of stuff going on. So, yeah, there's going to be some...
I'm guessing the $85 is...
It's probably a 1 day.
A 1 day, and 300's and then you go up to 666 to...
It's all detailed on their website, which is linked in the show notes, so feel free to check it out. And I guess at this point in time, this would be a good time to ask, did we completely piss off the
coven?
The coven, or, I mean, are you never going to listen to us again because we laughed at Father Sebastian? These are questions that we really, honestly do want the answer to.
Right.
So that we can adjust as time goes by.
Did we suck at talking about the vampire? Did we draw blood at any point?
Oh, all right. Well, this is another odd spot.
31 Days of October, man. We're killing it, dude.
We're keeling it?
We're killing it, man. You know what I mean? Are you excited?
I feel like I'm dying. I feel like I'm undead.
But here's the thing. I think there's only 2 of us that probably feel that way.
Oh, yeah. No, for sure. There's a third wheel in this podcast.
Right.
Who, I don't know, is like hooked on meth or something.
Because she's here, she's sitting in the corner with a disapproving, like, we just told her baby that it was ugly, or she's not here at all.
Oh, yeah.
So,
And no, she's either giving us the stink eye or she's coming up with like 1,000 new things for us to do.
and they all end with Airy and begin with Sima. Terry.
Amy does like some cemeteries.
She does, man. I wonder.
Alrighty,
She's a
but
grave digger.
this has been the Travel Oddities Odd Spot. I am Harley.
I is Brett.
Peace.
Mask, where illusion is the ultimate weapon.
Convert switchblade to jet mode. Surprise, map tracker. It's mayhem. Battle station. Protect the decoder, Bruce. I'm going up. Stacks ready to fire.
Mask, Switchblade, Thunderhawk, and Rhino.
Fire!
Each sold separately with action figure.
Cover me, Matt. 10-4. Sato's getting away. But you're not, Mayhem.
Mask, Switchblade, Thunderhawk, and Rhino. Each sold separately. New from Kenner.
Testicles? Testicles fit firmly in my hand.
Except for Amy. I am Hersley Dunswigger the Fourth.
Our peaks are touching. We are tip to tip. Endless vampire balls.
Dude, I'm always on the lookout for weird festivals.
Vampire ball to ball, mega nigga nigga. Are those vampire balls? Are you just happy to see me?
He is such a nut job.
He just keeps digging out the hole.
Endless vampire ball. Okay.
She's the hottest right winger. Probably doesn't wear underwear, but I have one sealed in a package from like 1980 something.
I started doing Alex Jones and now I can't stop.